back to Class Problems, guys. Kyle over here, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 budget shotguns. Now, shotguns are extremely popular weapon systems. They've been out here for quite some time, many different variations of them, and they're very cost-effective depending on which brand you go with and which style you go with. And today, we're going to go and entertain those that are going to be costing you, let's just say, under $500. $500 or under. That'd be pretty budget in my personal opinion, especially in 2025. And number 5 is going to be from Panzer Arms, and it is called the EG-220. It is a shotgun, not any other caliber, but a lever action shotgun. Now, this is quite interesting. In fact, this is Brandon's favorite. Brandon, why don't you come over here, man?
Oh, yeah.
Just tell us about this gun. I'm going to put you on the spot right there.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
This thing, well, first off, you have a dovetail up top. So if you want to mount your optic systems, you can. You get Picatinny rail on the side, M-LOK on the bottom, and then that satisfying sound.
He's literally been talking about that ever since we have been talking about this video. He just, you can do this, you can do this. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. This is really good.
I'm going to take that. Goodbye.
Well, anyways, that's my number 1. M-LOK rail, Picatinny attachments. You could just fire multiple different shells from it, and it is going to cost you under $350. Now, that's pretty good. In fact, one of the best sellers. So definitely check them out. With that being said, let's move on to our number 4. Kel-Tec KS7. Now, this is a very iconic shotgun out there. They've got different variations. You got the dual tube ones, which I've got it right here. But this is not a budget one. Just to show you guys, for illustration purposes only, you got 2 tubes out here. So you can actually have a birdshot or slug or double op box, whatever. You can actually have that adjustment to your liking. But that costs you a little bit more. That's why we've got the KS7, just 1 tube, but it is still a pump action. You can do that and fire any shells you want. There's actually multiple, at least small time, doesn't matter, but law enforcement agencies and some security agencies actually have been issued these. And they are pretty iconic looking. They've been in a bunch of video games too. And they cost you under, let's just say, $450. You can find them from somewhere in the upper 300s to $450, and they're pretty good, super reliable, from Kel-Tec, affordable, good-looking shotgun. And number 3 is going to be the Remington 870 clone. Now, we're talking about budget stuff, right? Remington 870, unfortunately, it is over $500. You can find some variations of it under $500, but different stocks. But in general, they cost a little bit over $500, and they worth every single penny. Guys, I was issued on duty a Remington 870. I've trained with it. They just always work. I know it's a pump action, but nothing gets loose with them. They work phenomenal. They last forever. You can just pass them on to your kids and grandkids. They're very, very good. And in this case, I've got the Tokarev TX1. This thing costs $120. Now, $120, yeah, this is budget and it works. We've actually fired this numerous times. It works just fine, and it gives you, it's a Remington 870 action style. You've got your action release right here. It works really good. It is not quite as Remington 870 feely, obviously. It's $120, but folks who have gotten this, they've actually given pretty good feedback on it, and so far, every time I've fired it, I've never had problems with it. It works like a champ. Now I'm gonna go ahead and illustrate. Actually put a Remington 870 right next to it with a Wooks furniture, and you guys can clearly tell this has seen better days, but still functions perfectly. And the action is very, very smooth, but this is going to cost you some money. We're talking about budget ones. TX1 will get you in that category without breaking the bank. So there it is. With that being said, let's talk about my number 2. And if you guys have been thinking like, man, all those pump action shotguns, are there not any budget
Don't forget about the lever.
Well, yeah, lever action, pump action. No semi-automatic ones? Well, here it is, guys. Benelli M4 clone in this case. We've got the Ermax X Defense here, but there are other options out there like Panzer M4. There's Mac ones. There's a bunch of other options out there for a Turkish, well, James Reeves like to call them Turknelli, right? These are, they're going to cost you under $500. In this case, like the Ermax ones, I think are in the upper $300 in that range. The Panzer ones are the low 400s to mid 400s. They are very reliable. We have actually, in fact, this one, I took it to James Reeves over at TFB TV, so shout out to them. We did a burn down test with it, and it survived with an asterisk, according to James Reeves. To me, I think it survived just fine because most people will not use a shotgun like that. And I've been shooting the Panzer M4. I've got one personally owned, I don't know, 3 years now. Zero issues whatsoever. So for the money, they are incredibly reliable. And a lot of people say on par with the actual Benelli M4, which I have one right here. Now that is, there it is, guys. This is your real Benelli M4. Different, like, tactical stock. Well, actually, same, but it's just the cheek rise area is a little bit different. It looks very, very identical, yet this one cost you a lot of money. So if you want to save some money, you want to get the Benelli M4 feel, go with one of those Turknellis. Even James Reeves, to a certain degree, approved them, so that says something. And number one is going to be a pump action shotgun again, and it is the Maverick 88. Now this is from Mossberg. Mossberg owns Maverick, and this is basically from the Mossberg 500 footprint. Extremely affordable. Look at me, I'm very used to Remington 870, so my finger goes right here to unlock the action, but it is on this side for Mossbergs. So there it is, super smooth, and we have done a lot of shooting with this, at least not this specific one that I'm holding, but Maverick 88s. A lot of other channels out there that burn down tests with them. They survived every single time. Mossberg reliability, and it costs you $220, under $220, like $219, I think, in that range. But you guys can find this pretty much all over in the low 200s. Incredible weapon system. It is super reliable. Again, as I said, there's been a lot of police agencies have been issued a Mossberg 500, a Maverick 88. Well, Maverick 88, it's the same thing. It's just a cheaper version, but same reliability, and that says something, guys. So it's a pump action. Obviously, you guys can just run multiple different loads, and it'll run no problem as long as you're able to run the gun. And shotguns, as I said, guys, is a very important part of the firearms industry. They've been out here for quite some time, and they're here to stay. There's a lot of diehard fans out there, and there's a reason for that. Whether for self-defense, recreational shooting, competition shooting, or hunting, there is a shotgun out there for you guys. So definitely check it out if you like shotguns. And, you know, some people still use them for home defense if you want them. Obviously, they're still relevant. Definitely, you don't have to break the bank to get one. Hopefully, this top 5 list helps you out to kind of make your mind up if you're in the market to get a shotgun. You don't want to break the bank, or if you weren't thinking about it, but now that you watched this video, like, you know what, I should get my hands on one of those. Hopefully this kind of helped narrow down that list for you.
We all know what they're going to choose.
Oh, this, yep, we can just clearly tell. You can't even operate that one. Well, that means they're not going to choose that.
That's what happens.
This is it right here.
When you have it on safe.
Every man has a problem like that sometimes. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about my top 5? Do you agree, disagree? And do you have your top 5 budget shotguns? Let me know in the comment section. If there's any shotguns that I missed, let me know. Perhaps we'll do a round 2 for you guys. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your business. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.